Today is about the middle of May 2020, and I've been starting to break these horses here. I got 7 of them. I got 4 3-year-olds and 3 yearlings. And I've been working with them for about 3 weeks, and they haven't been handled at all in their life at all. And about 3 weeks ago I started getting them in and halter breaking them. And you know, it's not very much to halter breaking them. It usually takes 20 minutes to half an hour to halter break a horse. A lot of people don't believe that. But anyhow, and those 3 weeks about, I've spent roughly an hour and a half a day, about on average, for the last 3 weeks, training those horses. And I built this contraption here. It's just built a pipe. It's actually just one pipe, just so they can't kick you. And there's 2 stalls on here, and there's 2 ropes on here. And I give them a little hay. So I'll just throw in a little hay right now here. And that's all I do. I don't give them any oats at all, or no kind of treats or nothing else, but just this hay. That's all they get. Because I find this works better if you don't give them no oats at all, or don't have any pails around or anything like that. Now we'll go to the back of this thing and I'll show you the back of it. So here's the back of it. There's 2 stalls, and they go in any of these places. And there's a couple of gates here. Sometimes I shut these gates and I close the gates behind them. Now pretty soon I'll call them in. I'll call them in now. Come on, boys. Come on. Come on. So now I'll just bring them in. I think I'll just open these gates, 2 in the middle here. They find themselves in the right places. And I'm just going to catch all the ones that I can catch. There's about 4 of these that I can just walk up to them and just catch them. They just, this one here, he's a real pet. Come on. I can just grab him by the halter. I don't even need a rope on him. Hey, take it easy. They all want to come in now. Come on, come on. So, whoa, whoa, whoa. Here's another one I can get. This black one here. Come on, back up. Okay. They all want to come in here. They're so darn. There's a few of these getting to be really quiet. Oh, I'll get 2 of them at a time here. Come on, little guy. Here, easy. Come on, easy, easy. Come on. Come on. Get around. Come on. Get around. So I just leave them go and they hit me. Come on. Come on. Oh, oh. Come on. Oh, I just leave them out here with the ropes dragging here, and they just leave hay. These are all quarter horses. I don't bother papering them at all. And you know, I keep a stud until they're 5 or 6 years old, and then I cut them, and then I put a young one in there because they're way more friendlier, you know, and for a couple of years, and you can just turn them right out with all the geldings and everything else. This here is the spookiest one here. No, wait a minute. No, this is a quiet one here. So that's basically what I do. Sometimes I shut the gate, and then I shouldn't. You know, you can go behind them because they can't kick you. It's the proper way to. And I always give them commands like back up, and they get used to that. Back up, back up, back up, back, back. Oh, come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Hey. Sometimes they just take it easy. This is a pretty spooky one here before. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Hey, I don't know how come it's doing that. Oh, oh. Oh, oh, oh. But it's all good training for them, whatever you do. Come on. Come on. Come on. So I'll just tie him up someplace. I think I'll tie him back here. Come on. Come on. Just so they get used to being tied up. Now this one here, that's the spookiest one of all here. And I only got him in about 2 weeks ago, and he was really wild and spooky. He jumped over here right away, and he even started rearing a little bit. Well, so that's a kind of a bad habit in a horse, that rearing. Oh, but he seems to be getting a little better. Oh, I really shouldn't fool around with a horse like this. Oh, easy, come on. Because, hey, you know, some of these, they're pretty, I got a sneaking suspicion that, you know, somebody will break this horse in real good, and then after a while, just out of the clear blue, he'll start rearing. He's never reared for quite a while now, but you think you'd get that out of him, but when they have that in their head, whoa, come on, take it easy. You don't like to be fooled around in the head. Take it easy, come on, take it easy. Hey, what's the matter? Come on, take it easy. Oh, take it easy. Come on. I really shouldn't fool around with a horse like this, but I do it kind of for an experiment. You know, I learn a lot by doing this. And I know a lot of people would laugh at me here doing this stuff when I'm 84 years old. But, you know, I've been around horses all my life, and I got a good idea of what they're going to do and what they won't do and so on. And I don't feel that it's that dangerous, you know. I don't get on them or anything at my age. I'm 84. So I just go and break them, you know, so somebody can go and start riding them or hooking them up or whatever. And they can take the next stage, and I stay away from that. This kind of stuff, like this spooky horse here, that's the only one that's spooky. But he's sure getting a little tamer now. But, you know, that's very inherited, all these traits in horses. Like, you'd never want to keep a stud like this, you know, because they could pass on some of that stuff. with their colts, you know, especially that rearing. That rearing, that's one of the worst things, you know, and can be very dangerous. And like I said, I feel comfortable and safe in here. I take safety precautions. I always was safety conscious. And I have my cell phone with me, and I have a beeper, like my vehicle keys there at beep, or sometimes got a two-way radio. So I'm equipped that I'm careful. And it's a real nice hobby for an old guy. It really is. I do other things. I put a bride on them so they get used to the bit. Whoa. Hey. Oh, take it easy now. So I'll tie him up some other place. Oh, back, come on. Come on. I'll just tie him over here. Oh, tie him at a different place all the time. Get used to everything. This one here, I'll just back up, back. That's that spooky one here. Back. Come on, back up, back. Come on. So now I got this spooky one here. I built a platform here about 8 by 6, and I first had it about 6 inches off the ground, so they would all the horses would go over all the time, back and forth. And then when they got used to it, I raised it up another 8 inches, so it's a good foot off the ground, and that it teaches them how to load in the trailer, you know. Come on. And I got other things like that. I got a tarp blowing in the wind and stuff that, you know, they get used to that stuff. He sure don't like his head. He could never put the bit in, but I work with him every, you know, day. I think I'll have to give up because but I'm little by little, you know, just, and you know, I might get out of it. But sometimes it doesn't pay to fool around with a horse like this. So now I'll need a few more of them around here. I'll just, I think I'll turn this one out loose again. I think I'll just take the bridle off. Come on, get going. Get out of the way. Come on. Here, I'll catch this little one here. Hey, you. Hey. Come on. Back. This one is quite spooky too, but I had him in for quite a while, but he was slow quietening down. Then this morning, just right off the bat, I could walk to him and catch him. Come on. This black one here I was going to keep for a stud. He was real wild about 2 weeks ago. I brought him in and he, right off the bat, he just jumped right over. But he tamed down right away, right after the second day. He's just so quiet you could walk up to him. But here's a bad habit too. He just appears to be a real deadhead, you know, and just too quiet, and he's a little too stubborn. So, you know, I might not keep him for a stud because, you know, those things that's passed on. So anyhow, I'll turn him loose. Come on. So all those traits, you know, that's a good time to see how them horses will act when you're breaking them in. But sometimes you can be fooled that too, you know. That could still turn out to be a real good horse. You never know. So now I'll walking by this one and I'll just pet him again a little bit. Maybe catch him by the... Oh, he don't like that at all, that head. Come on, take it easy, come on. Hey! Come on. Well, I try and pet him a little bit on the head all the time. I tried to get a bridle on a few times, but he was never near. But I'm just going to keep that little by little. Oh, take it easy now. So that's the way I do it. And like I said before, I like just being by myself. I don't have any helpers or anything. I don't want any women, kids, or dogs around. Not that I don't like women, kids, or dogs, but at this stage of the game, you know, I'd sooner be by myself. And that seems to work good. And something else I don't do, I don't use a brush or a curry comb at all. I don't, you know, waste any time at this stage of the game, you know. And I watch pretty close when I pick out the stud. Like, I picked this one out because he had these certain traits that I liked, and he was easy to train. Come on, easy. And so he's 3 years old, and I'll be watching him. There's other good traits, you know, that you want in a stud, like when you see him out there, the way he acts out there, whether he's athletic and all these kind of things. You know, if a horse don't measure up, well, I just cut him and get a different one. And I usually get about 2 of them, and I turn them out with a herd of horses, about 20 horses, I guess, mares and geldings. So now I'm just going to go and bridle riding along and getting used to it. Whoa. Back up, back up, back. Oh, climb up over here someplace, get him used to that. I'll walk him over that there ramp again. So on. Come on, here, come on. I mentioned that I don't use any oats at all, and when I call them, like in the pasture, the only reward they get is when they come over and you pet them a little. So in a week or so, I think I'll have all these horses that I can just walk right up to them in the corral or in the pasture and catch them, you know. It's a good thing to have a horse like that. And of course, after a while, when you use these horses, when they're broke in, well, they might change quite a bit when you're using them hard. They might be a little hard to catch, but some of them, they stay, reasonably easy to catch. That's a good trait to have in a horse. Turn them out now. I'll grab different ones. Double, getting used to leading them double. Whoa, come on here. Turn loose. Hey, whoa. Hey. Hey. Whoa. So I do all kinds of things, walk up to them. Like this black one, you can catch him any place. Whoa, come on, here. Lead him by the halter for the heck of it. Come on, take a few steps. You're a little stubborn. Come on. Oh, this one I couldn't catch him until this morning. And right now he's not going to leave me catch him. Oh. Hey, don't smell that. old, but he's starting to get slightly mean, you know, in amongst the horses, but not too bad. There, looky, there. Hey. And I caught him for the first time yesterday. Oh, getting better. If I can catch him again. Oh, little guy. Oh. Hey, hey, I got him this time. Oh. Still slightly skittish. So now I'll just catch this quiet one. This one was just a quiet colt. He was just born quiet. Very easy to break. He just led right off the bat. And but he's got a real bad fault. And ever since he was a colt, or right now, he'd nip at you. You know, nip at stuff. And I got it out of him. You know, he'll quit nipping at me because I'll slap him a bit. But he still nips at other stuff. You know, the gates, and he even nipped at a horse and took the halter off the horse even. And that's a very bad fault. And I just might have to cull a horse like that out, because you really can't keep a horse like that around. You know, he'll you drive out to the pasture, and then you know, come over to the truck, and he'll grab the windshield wipers and stuff like that. You know, and some they just never get over that. So you just got to get rid of them. That's all there's to it. Right here, come on. Go back. Go. Back. And then if you go past the spooky one again, I'll just, no, I guess this is not the spooky one. No, that's the quiet one. But anyhow, that's all there is to it. Very good hobby for somebody.